Grade 10, Unit 1. You will hear Bandana talking to her parents about watching the movie.
Daddy, my friends have planned to go to watch a movie this afternoon.
Watching a movie?
Yes, can I go with them?
You can, but ask your mother first. Your mother might have some plans too.
Thank you, Daddy.
Don't let her go unless she's washed her school uniform.
Did you hear your mom?
How about washing them tomorrow morning?
No. Don't you go to school?
There's a public holiday tomorrow, Mom.
Okay, but who are you going with?
My besties, Sumana, Dolma, and Tejendra.
What time?
At noon.
Don't wander around the street with your friends. After the movie is over, come back home.
Okay, Mom.
What do you want to say?
My friends want to see you. May I call them here?
My pleasure.
Thank you, Mom. You're great.
Grade 10, Unit 2. You will hear a telephone conversation between Yogendra and Sapana.
Hello, Yogendra speaking.
Hello, could I speak to Agrim?
Oh, I'm afraid he is out. Can I take a message?
Oh, well, this is Sapana here. I'm his friend. I wonder if he'll be free this afternoon. I'm going to watch a cultural show at Chinnamasta. I'd like him to come with me if he's free. When will he be back?
He won't be long. He's just gone out to book a ticket to go to Kathmandu. He'll be here after 15 minutes, about at, say, 9 a.m. I don't think he's doing anything this afternoon.
Good. Can you tell him I shall wait for him at Neta Chowk, Rajbiraj at 10 a.m.?
Okay.
If he's not there by 10:30 a.m., I'll take a bus. Could you please give him my cell number? It's 974-923-3462.
Pardon? Could you please tell me your cell number again?
It's 974-923-3462.
Let me check it. It's 974-923-3462, right?
Sure.
Thank you so much. I'll pass him the message. Goodbye.
Bye.
Grade 10, Unit 3. You'll hear the weather forecast.
Welcome to the weather forecast. Now, let's see what the weather's like today. In the north of the country, it's very windy and cold. There's a chance of some rain, too, so don't leave home without your umbrella. The temperature is around 15 degrees centigrade. In the east, it's rainy all day today, I'm afraid. There may be a thunderstorm in the afternoon. The temperature is a bit higher than yesterday, at around 18 degrees centigrade. In the west and middle of the country, the weather is dry but cloudy. So no rain for you, but it's quite windy and the temperature is just 20 degrees centigrade. The south of the country has the best weather today. It's cloudy most of the time, but sunny this afternoon. The temperature is around 25 degrees centigrade.
Grade 10, Unit 4. You'll hear a woman reciting a poem by Eleanor Forjon. Listen to it carefully.
Knowledge. Your mind is a meadow to plant for your needs. You are the farmer with knowledge of seeds. Don't leave your meadow unplanted and bare. Sow it with knowledge and tend it with care. Who'd be a know-nothing when he might grow the seeds of knowledge of stars and snow, the science of numbers, the stories of time, the magic of music, the secrets of rhyme. Don't be a know-nothing, plant in the spring, and see what harvest the summer will bring.
Grade 10, Unit 5. You will hear a conversation between a librarian and Anjali.
Excuse me, sir?
Yes, please. What can I do for you?
Would you mind helping me choose a book? My teacher advised me to get a book of my interest, but I'm confused.
Oh. Don't you consult reference books?
Seldom.
You know, if you choose the right book, that can change your life.
How can I find the right book in this big library? Can you please help me?
Sure. If this is your first time, you need to search carefully. For this, firstly, you must take some time to look around and get to know the place.
Oh, I see. Then...
Choose the section that interests you. There's a library display section for new books.
Is there any other section, too?
Of course. The other section is the periodical section. It's for magazines and newspapers. Are you getting me?
Yes, of course.
You must know about the reference section, right?
But I'd like to know about the success stories of people.
For it, you can find biographies of famous personalities in the biography section.
Oh, thank you for your suggestion and help.
You're welcome. Hope to see you again.
Sure, sir.
Grade 10, Unit 6.
If you like, I will give you a yellow cap. Number 2. If you need, ask him to staple them. Number 3. If you take me there, I will see so many peas. Number 4. If I were you, I would use a bin. Number 5. If you go there, you will see a very big pear. Number 6. If I were a farmer, I would work on a pig farm. Number 7. If you finish it, please give me that back.
Grade 10, Unit 7. You will hear an airline boarding announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please place your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Make sure your folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instruction cards located by your seat. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask a flight attendant to reseat you. At this time, we request that all mobile phones, pagers, radios, and remote-controlled toys be turned off for the full duration of the flight, as these items might interfere with the navigational and communication equipment on this aircraft. We request that all other electronic devices be turned off until we fly above 10,000 feet. We will notify you when it is safe to use such devices. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detector is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you.
Grade 10, Unit 8. You'll hear a conversation between Sarala, Uday and their teacher about the causes and effects of smoking.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, we have collected some information about causes and effects of smoking.
Shall I share with you all?
Very good. You may.
Smoking is injurious to health, but people don't.
Why do you think children smoke?
The main reason why children smoke is that they imitate their parents, relatives and neighbors. I guess they believe that smoking is a grown-up activity. They feel as if they are matured when they smoke.
Not only that, some children smoke in the influence of their friends. They smoke to impress their friends. Others may start smoking by peer pressure. I've heard that a boy was addicted to smoking because he was bullied by his classmates.
How?
In the beginning, he was pressured to smoke, but later he was habituated to it and now he is addicted.
Besides that, smoking has become a part of fashion. In the name of fashion, youngsters start smoking.
Well, I think many girls and boys smoke due to the influence of cinema.
I wish those children were aware of it. Can you tell me the possible effects of smoking, Uday?
Sir, when people smoke, it affects people nearby smokers more than the smokers. Therefore, people nearby smokers are prone to health hazards. Because of inhaled nicotine, heartbeat gets faster and makes the arteries contract.
As far as I know, smokers may get different kinds of cancers like lung cancer, stomach cancer, and mouth cancer. Similarly, they suffer from asthma in early age.
Besides, there is a great chance of heart diseases, stroke, and COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, reproductive effects in women, and the list goes on. It's like a slow poison.
It will kill silently.
You must know that cigarettes are highly addictive. Once you start, it's almost impossible to quit. Therefore, it's wise not to start. Prevention is better than a cure.
Yes, sir.
Grade 10, Unit 9. You'll hear a man talking about Louis Braille.
Born in January 1809 AD in France, Louis Braille could not see by the age of 3. Even though he was visually impaired, his intelligence and determination to read opened the door of knowledge for all of those who could not see. When he was about 15 years old, he developed a tactile writing system for educating the visually impaired. This new system helped to decrease the gap between people like him and the sighted. This system is called the Braille system. The Braille system is used for books, menus, signs, elevator buttons, and currency. It consists of a series of raised dots from 1 to 6 arranged on an oblong block called the Braille cell. Braille is not a language, rather it is a code by which language such as English or Spanish may be written or read. It has entire sets of letters, signs of punctuation, contractions, and so on. A lecture by the founder of night writing, Captain Charles Barbier, inspired Louis to form the Braille system. Later, the Braille system replaced Barbier's night writing. The captain's symbols was a coded method for soldiers. Finding it a bit complex, Braille reduced the numbers of dots from 12 to 6. Braille placed the letters in a uniform order for better recognition. Furthermore, he made other changes that enabled the students to take notes and even write by punching dots into the paper with a pointed pen. Despite the popularity of the Braille system, it was not accepted formally in his lifetime. Because of a lung infection, Louis died at the age of 43. Although Braille was admired and respected by his pupils, his writing system became part of the institute curriculum only after his death. The system is still in use with some modification from time to time. Since then, it has been helping to educate all the people who are unable to see.
Grade 10, Unit 10. You'll hear a telephone conversation between a brother and sister. Listen to the conversation carefully and notice how informal English is used by the speakers.
Hello?
Hey, you. Did you get my mail?
Dunno. Where's it? I didn't find it.
I'm terribly sorry. I'm gonna email you again. Have you written anything for the magazine?
Oh, yeah. I've written about the importance of the English language. It's informative. I've described how it is considered as a global language. Well, it's spoken by so many people as their second language.
Cool. And...
I found loads of great info and stuff on the net. In the beginning, I thought about writing about the advantages of watching the telly. Later, I changed my mind. Meanwhile, I met a student from uni.
Who's that fellow?
Haha, he's a guy in the bio department. I guess he's your classmate. He was really friendly, too. Your help is much appreciated, sis.
It's my pleasure, bro. And it's better if you ask his cell number. Anyway, I'm gonna be late for my college, 'cause it's already 8.
Okay. See you then.
Bye.
Grade 10, Unit 11. You'll hear a conversation between two friends about their preference between different jobs.
Hello, Bibash.
Hi, Seema.
You've just left college, haven't you?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
Well, it looks like a choice between teaching or going into business, and
Ah,
I think I'd much prefer teaching.
great.
Because, well, it's a prestigious job. You'll get international recognition, too.
But, Bivash, teachers' pay is not similar to business.
No, it used to be. Teaching pay used to be very bad, but it's much improved now.
Really?
Of course.
Oh, but I mean, wouldn't you get bored with the same routine year after year teaching the same material to children and
that's another thing. It wouldn't be anything as risky as business. Teaching is extremely stimulating. It's new every day. I'm sure I'd enjoy it.
But I mean, there's so much variety in business. I mean, look at my job. I'm dealing with people and their problems. There are new situations to cope with all the time.
Well, maybe, but take responsibility. You don't need as great as a sense of responsibility for your kind of work as you do in teaching. Teaching all those children, all those parents, not to mention the other teachers.
I think there's a tremendous number of differences between teaching and business, and Bibash, really, it's just up to you to sort out which one you're going to enjoy doing more.
Yes, well, I prefer teaching because of the global prestige. That really does attract me.
Great. I think you should follow your heart. I have an appointment with a doctor. I've got to go. See you, Bibash.
Okay. Bye, Seema.
Grade 10, Unit 12. You'll hear a traveler sharing his personal experience about the different meanings of the sign of ring in different cultures.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Robert Lara. I love to call myself a wanderer or a traveler. Today, in front of you all, I'm going to share my experience about one of the body languages that is almost universal language. It's none other than the ring. Do you know about it? Of course, you are familiar with this, as it is one of the gestures of a hand that means perfect to you all. Am I right? Ladies and gentlemen, the ring is very popular in all the cultures. Whenever I visited and talked with local people, I found it common. But, to my surprise, it doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. Do you want to know more about it? Yes. Firstly, in Japan, the sign the ring refers to money. It also refers to a bribe in business matters. Secondly, when I visited Europe, this simply meant, okay. Or, at times, it is understood as all correct. I guess you people are also familiar with this meaning, as you all watch English movies, if I'm not wrong. Thirdly, in France and Belgium, the ring refers to zero, or nothing. Here, I'd like to share a funny incident when I was in France. Would you like to hear? It's the story of a year back. One evening, while I was sitting at a table in a restaurant, there came a girl. She was a waitress. She showed me to my table and asked me, "Is the table okay?" Without giving second thought, I made the sign of the ring. Then, do you know what happened? Immediately she responded, "Well, if you don't like it here, we'll find you another table." This was a misunderstanding between us. For the French, the ring refers to zero, or worthless, neither okay nor perfect. Next, there is another meaning of the ring. It is insulting to Turks and Brazilians. I've heard a story of Richard Nixon and a misunderstanding of the ring. It is an incident in the 1950s. Nixon visited Latin America before he became president on a goodwill tour to try to patch up strained relations with the locals. As he stepped out of his plane, he showed the waiting crowds the American okay signal. Immediately, he was stunned as they began booing and hissing at him. He was completely unaware of insulting meanings of the ring. Well, friends, there may be other possible meanings of the sign, the ring. I'll share them with you next time. Lastly, I'd like to give you a tip. Whenever you travel internationally, you have to ask locals to show their insult signals so that you can avoid possibly embarrassing circumstances. In the end, I'd like to thank everyone present here for patiently listening. Hope to see you again.
Grade 10, Unit 13. You will hear a conversation between two friends, Sony and Leela.
Hello, Leela.
Hi, Sony.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I moved to Ireland with my family?
No.
Well, my father was still learning to drive a car at the time, so he wasn't feeling too confident when the ferry docked in Belfast and the car was unloaded.
Then?
Anyway, we set off and he became more and more uncomfortable because, well, what happened was everywhere we went, people started to point at the car and laugh. Well, my dad was getting more and more agitated, really.
Why?
I mean, you can guess how he felt trying to drive in a strange city when he wasn't too sure what he was doing or where he was going, or indeed why everyone was laughing at him. He wanted to know what the fuss was all about. So eventually he stopped the car, got out, and spoke to a group of women who were standing on the pavement and asked them just what was so amusing.
In fact, what was it?
Well, the explanation was really quite simple. At that time, they didn't have a driving test in Ireland.
Oh.
So no one was used to seeing L plates stuck all over a car. Foreigners and their funny ways, you see.
Yeah.
So, well, to cut a long story short, my dad went straight down to the post office and bought himself a driving license.
Bought a driving license?
Yes. I mean, you could just pay the money over the counter and walk away with a license.
Good heavens.
And he never has taken a test. He's 73 now. He's still happily driving his car.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's never been a very good driver.
Grade 10, Unit 14. You'll hear a conversation between Bikas and Roshani.
Hello, Bikash. Long time no see. Where have you been?
Hi, Roshani. Yeah, we've been out of touch. I was on a holiday and I enjoyed rafting this time. Have you ever gone rafting?
Oh, yes.
Tell me about it.
I can never forget the time I first went, actually. I set off to Taraudi, 3-hour drive from Kathmandu.
When?
3 July 2015.
Oh, what did you do?
As soon as our 10 members team arrived in Taraudi, a guide came and briefed us about rafting.
Then?
We started rafting at 10:30. Scenic valleys and impressive gorges, exhilarating rapids, and easier sections, as well as the right amount of time, made it the perfect trip. But
Oh, what happened next?
I couldn't swim, actually, and I didn't know what to do. As far as I remember I started shouting and whistling when we were drowning in the whirlpool.
How did you feel?
Oh, terrible! And I'd never been rafting before. Luckily, the guide shifted us gently and cleverly.
Yes.
And,
What would you have done if there hadn't been anyone to help you?
I don't know. I'd have tried my best to get out of the whirlpool.
Ram Rajal Prasad Singh was the famous Nepalese politician who had dreamed to make Nepal a republic country. He was born in a wealthy landowner family on the 16th of October 1935 in Saptari district. His father, Jai Mangal Prasad Singh, and mother, Chandrakala Devi Singh, hired a teacher at home for his early education. He completed matric from Northbrook English High School, Darabanga, IA, and BA from Banaras University, and MA in English from Delhi University. He also graduated in law from Bihar University, Muzaffarpur. Singh's first encounter with the realities of political life came abruptly at the age of about 9 when Indian socialist leaders Jaya Prakash Narayan and Ram Manohar Lohiya came to Nepal to mobilize support for the Quit India movement in 1942. Later he contested one of the 4 graduate seats in the 1971 Rastriya Panchayat election and won. Although he was elected in the Rastriya Panchayat election, he was arrested by plainclothes policemen inside the lobby of the assembly. A special tribunal sentenced him. On the 26th of August, 1971, he was released due to public pressure and could later be sworn in as a member of the Rastriya Panchayat. When late King Mahendra asked him to support him, he said, "I am not goods for sale. My aim is to end monarchy. but not to be the Prime Minister of Nepal. Ram Raja Prasad Singh was a far-sighted leader with generous feelings and a broad chest. He never raised his voice, only when for the sake of Madesh. Whenever leaders from Madesh used to ask him to lead the Madesh revolution, he used to say that there was a problem in Pahad and in Himal too. He was a true Nepalese leader. He even did not help his father to ask vote for him when he contested in 1958 from Tarai Congress in parliament representation, thinking that he was not representing the entire Nepal. Singh passed away on the 12th of September 2012 during the course of his treatment at the Tribhuvan University Teaching Hospital in the capital Kathmandu. His funeral rites were performed at Pashupati Aryagat with full state honors. He was honored Rastriya Gaurav too.
Grade 10, Unit 16. You will hear a conversation between Hari, Raj and Ramila about watching the movie.
Hi, Ramila. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm fine. How are you?
Very well.
Where are you coming from?
We're coming from the cinema hall. We have watched a Nepali movie.
What film is on?
Jola, you know the Nepali film.
Oh, yes. How's the movie?
Well, it's a wonderful film. Don't you think so, Raj?
Yes, it's an interesting social film.
I must go and see it one of these days. I've just been to see a Hindi film at the other cinema.
Oh, I watched an Hindi film, Fan, last week. What do you think of Hindi films?
I think most Hindi films are more popular than any other films, so I love watching them.
I don't agree with you. I enjoy going to the cinema, but I prefer English films.
And I prefer Nepali films.
Well, we should watch the films we like. It was nice talking to both of you. It's getting late. I need to go now. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Grade 10, Unit 17. You'll hear a telephone conversation between Amar and Nikita about the holiday plan.
Hello, Amar. How are you?
Fine, Nikita. And you?
Quite good. Is there anything new happening?
Yes, I've planned a holiday for this week for my daughter's birthday.
Oh, really? Where do you want to go?
We would like to go to Pokhara. What do you think about spending time in Pokhara? Have you been there before?
Yes, I have. Personally, I think it's a fantastic place and full of natural beauty. You will definitely love it a lot. Do you want to go there by bus or plane?
By bus.
I think it's very tiring. Traveling by plane is a little bit expensive, but safe and fast.
What about staying at a hotel or with relatives?
In my opinion, staying at a hotel will be more comfortable.
Yes, I agree with you. Is it okay if I book a ticket from a travel agency?
It's okay, but booking tickets from the internet is much faster and cheaper, isn't it?
Exactly. You're very good at giving ideas about a holiday plan. One more question. Is it good to eat local food there?
Sure, that's what I think. You can try new and interesting foods. It is completely different from our culture. You can find fast food everywhere.
Definitely. You're right. Thanks for your suggestion, Nikita. Bye.
Take care. Hope you have a great time there.
Grade 10, Unit 18. You'll hear a man telling a story about the struggle of a caterpillar.
A biology teacher was teaching his students how a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. He's told the students that in the next couple of hours, the butterfly would struggle to come out of the cocoon, but no one should help the butterfly. Then he left. The students were waiting, and it happened. The butterfly struggled to get out of the cocoon, and against the advice of the teacher, one of the students took pity on it and decided to help the butterfly out of the cocoon. He broke the cocoon to help the butterfly so it didn't have to struggle anymore. But shortly afterwards, the butterfly died. When the teacher returned, he was told what had happened. He explained to the student that it is a law of nature that the struggle to come out of the cocoon actually helps develop and strengthen the butterfly's wings. By helping the butterfly, the boy had deprived the butterfly of its struggle, and the butterfly died.